Hi guys, for today I have prepared a simple USB mesh storage example which uses SD card. So for this example I am using only USB, a full speed peripheral and SDIO interface. A USB interface on this board may have some issues with impedance, so to fix it I placed jumpers on resistor 4 and R6 and removed R2 resistor. USB communication can be easily enabled. In this case, I placed 1.5 kilo ohm resistor between A10 and A12, and A12 is basically data plus data line, and A10 is standard GPIO pin. And by toggling this pin you can enable and disable USB communication. In this case, SDIO interface has 36 MHz base speed, and for SDIO interface I have set up SDIO clock divide factor to 36, and here in the description you can see that in this case the base speed, the clock speed is set up about to 1 MHz, something less than a megahertz, and this clock frequency should be between 187 and 24 MHz. In USB device configuration you can set up your own manufacturer string, but generated code have some warnings, so you can fix them by placing this part of code. And also the generated code has some errors also, so to fix them I had to place, for example, definitions of SD card info and for SD card, and also here I had to place main library and STM32 library, and in here I've placed this one library for SDIO drive type. So, and to make a USB drive I basically modified just a few of these functions. For example, storage write, I placed here just this one line, and for SD read I've placed just this part of code. To get capacity from SD card I just wrote these 3 lines, and I also placed in this code a definition of block size, which is 512. And the code starts very easily, just by initializing SD card and setting up the white bus operations, because SD cards can run also on this mode. And after that I wait 500 milliseconds, and then I enable the USB communication by toggling this pin. And I also need to mention that I had big issues with SDIO interface, because I was using long cables, so I had to solder them and make them as short as possible. And I also played with a clock divider to fix this issue, because with long cables you can have big problems with communications. So now I'm going to demonstrate it. So the USB storage is loaded and it runs on full speed, so it is pretty slow. It takes a while when photo loads, or it may have issues playing videos, but for text files and for other projects it can be useful to use it as a mass storage. And I can also try to play a video, but it may lag. Yeah, as you can see, it has some issue just by playing a video, but it works. So just by googling SD interface you can find out how to connect an SD card, and for this project I used one of these STM32RET6 development boards, and this code is available on GitHub. The link will be down in the description. Thank you. Bye.